I'm Dr. Debra Dupree, the Mindset Doc. Today I bring to you what I call the 360 perspective. We can all get very positional in how we look at things, and it's oftentimes those positions that drive us into conflict. Instead, I want to help you with a way of moving away from fear about being right or wrong into being curious to find out how the other party or other person sees things. Because we can all say, well, my way or the highway, or we can say, what can I learn from this situation? So today I offer up to you the 360 perspective. So let me demonstrate, and feel free to share this with other people you know. So I'm going to hold up my index finger like this. Now let's just pretend my index finger represents some issue between you and another person, maybe in your team at work or within your family, whatever it might be. But my fingertip represents the issue, okay? Now, with my right hand, I'm going to draw a circle around my fingertip. And the circle consists of how many degrees? 360, right? So with that analogy, each degree on this circle actually represents a different perspective of my fingertip. So in this case, let's say I'm at 0 degrees. I'm looking at my fingertip. I see certain things. Right now I'm seeing my nail. And with that then, I go to my right, and let's say there's somebody over here to my right at 90 degrees. And so I turn to the person at 90 degrees and I say, are we looking at the same thing? And 99.9% of the time when I'm doing this live with people, they will say no. Oh. And then I ask the second question, are we seeing the same thing? And that's a definitive no, okay? Now, let's move around our circle. Now, all of you are at 180. Totally opposite from where I'm coming from at 0, right? And so I ask my question again. Are we looking at the same thing? And at this point, I'm starting to see some heads that go, no. And then others go, yeah. And so we're starting to get some mixed feelings about, are we looking at the same thing? Hold on to that thought. I'll come back to that. So my next question again is, are we seeing the same things? Well, again, that's clearly a no. Because you're looking at the pad of my finger. I'm looking at the nail of my finger. But we are looking at the same thing, the tip of my finger. Well, let's just finish this circle around and then I'll come back and say more. Just like 90 degrees, we have 270 degrees, right? And so I would turn to the people at 270 and say again, are we looking at the same thing? By now they get it. They go, yeah, we are looking at the same thing. Are we seeing the same thing? No, we're not. And so on that basis, what I see and what you see are entirely opposite. What I see in the people at 90 degrees on my side and the people at 270 on my side, we have some shared perspective. Because we can see we can all see a little bit of what the other ones see, but we don't quite see everything the other person sees. And then you at 180 also have some shared perspective with the 90 degrees and the 270. But again, what all of you see on your side is totally opposite of what I see on my side. So now, if I show up and I start arguing about what we see, doesn't that start to look a little foolish? We're looking at the same thing, but we're seeing different things. And so that's one of the uniquenesses of human beings, is that we can all look at the same thing, but have different interpretations, different perspectives of what we see. And so with that then, arguing over perspectives really is sort of a waste of energy. And so I'm going to suggest to you, based on emotional intelligence, I think I possess a high degree of emotional intelligence given what I do, that coming from a place of emotional intelligence, I know I only see so much. And there's things I can learn from other people if I ask the right questions. And so coming from emotional intelligence, I'm not going to argue with you about what you see. I know that you see things I can't see. So I'm starting off with self-awareness. And so with that then, I'm going to reach out to you As Stephen Covey says, seek first to understand before you seek to be understood. So I'm going to reach out to you and say, help me understand what you see. I know I see it differently. I want to learn from you. I'm curious to hear and understand how you see it. So now I'm inviting the conversation. And then I listen to you. Okay, great. Well, yeah, you definitely are seeing things very different. May I share with you what I see? And now, hopefully I've already given you the opportunity to talk. You're going to give me the opportunity to talk too. And so now I share with you what I see. Okay, given that you see something different, I see something different, but we're talking about the same issue. How can we collaborate to come up with some mutual understanding to move forward? Because it's when we argue about perspectives that we get stuck and communication shuts down and relationships get damaged or impaired. So the 360 perspective, a new way of looking at life and learning from one another. I'm Dr. Debra Dupree, the Mindset Doc. Come check it out. If you like this video, pass it on.